her gang. So I've been playing with some display ideas. I know that it's early days with the vaccine for the pandemic, but with the promise of the vaccine on the way and with sunshine out my window, I've started tentatively thinking about the shops opening again and doing markets and things. Once I've had the vaccine, I won't feel so nervous about doing markets. Obviously, because you don't know how the virus is going to affect you. So once I've had a vaccine, I'll be a lot happier. So I was talking to my sister the other day, and if you can hear kids, by the way, it's lunchtime at the school down the road, and they're noisy. So I was talking to my sister, and she had these pegboards, and she was like, Emma, why don't you really brighten up your display in the shop? Because I've got my stock is shopped. My stuff is stocked in a shop called the Sheffield Maker Shop in the Winter Gardens in Sheffield, which unfortunately has been closed, obviously because of lockdown, but it's hopefully set to reopen in August. And since I've got these little dudes, I realised pink and yellow is like completely my thing, so I'm going to make that into my brand colours. So she's like, yeah, why don't you get some pegboards, change up your display and make it like really bright yellow or pink. So I've been having a play around. I bought these pegboards off the internet the other day, and I got an accessory pack, and I've been having a little play around. It's all theoretical at the moment because I can only visualise in my head what the space is that I've got in the shop, because I haven't managed to get in to restock or measure or anything. But I figure even if these are too big or too small or don't fit for whatever reason in the shop, I've got the option of using them as a display in my market stalls. So what I was thinking, ooh, my legs are caught. So what I was thinking, I was going to get a couple more of these boxes. Maybe I'll get 4 for the shop if they fit, and if not I can use them in the markets. I'm going to spray them pink, and then I was going to spray these boards yellow. I'm going to have to really think about my space because I do have a lot of greetings cards on my display. So maybe I pare down my greetings cards or put them somewhere else in the shop. Things to think about. So on my boxes I could have my mugs. So I've got some cat mugs, which are, I couldn't be bothered getting them down, they're on a shelf up there, but I could display them here. I've got my colouring books, and I've got my children's book, and I thought they could go on 2 or 3 shelves. And then the mugs can go on another. And then I've only got somewhere to think about all of my greetings cards, and then Bob's your uncle. I think it's quite a nice display actually. There's not a lot of space to display a lot of them. But you don't need all of your stock out on your display at once, and especially if I'm at a market stall, I could have one of each thing out, and people can tell me, oh, I'll have one of those, and I will get it ready for them. They don't need to be fingering them, which is probably better if I'm trying to be COVID safe. My lips are really dry today. Yeah, I really love it actually. So today I've been ordering spray paints, and tomorrow, because I can't go and collect them today, so it would have to be tomorrow, I'm thinking about getting some 6mm wooden dowels that you can shove through those holes, because if I get some dowels, I might be able to make some shelves, either by resting planks on the dowels or by screwing the dowels into, gluing the dowels into shelving units and plopping them in. I don't know, there's options anyway. So that's what I'm going to be playing around with for a little while. I mean, I don't need to have things like this on the display. They can go on the shelves, or they can go You know, depending how this is mounted, it could be mounted on the wall if it's in the shop, and then I'd have more space on the top because this would go back one more rung, so that would fit resting on the top. I just think it looks a lot more funky and bright. It's actually nice to see a lot of my new products that I've made during lockdown out on display. None of these were in existence this time last year. It's actually nice to see it in all laid out, you know, what exactly I have done, and this is only some of them. And I could make a little web address thing to go along the bottom, so people could click on my web address, or I could get is it QR code? You know, those little scannable codes that will take you to your website. Could get one of those, put it up. My sister also came up with a good idea for the shop, which is to print out a little bio of me, like a little picture of me with a little bit of information about who I am, like, and shove it on my display somewhere. Because it's always nice to know who you're buying from. But yeah, so I'm going to continue playing around with these for a little while. Oh, updates. I've ordered the big order of my wooden pins, so these guys. So the big order is coming from the printer. I keep calling it a printer. It's not a printer, it's a manufacturer. It's the first thing I've had manufactured which hasn't been made out of paper. So these are coming back from the manufacturers hopefully this week, but it might be next week, probably next week, but hopefully this week. So then I'll be able to get all these packed up and I'll get some of them on my shop. The pre-order closes on Thursday. By the time you watch this, the pre-order will be over. But the pre-order for these closes on Thursday. So the pre-order little box that I've got has two badges and one of these little prints, all wrapped up in a nice little box. But when you're watching this, you will be able to buy those separately. So that might be better for you. You might just want one or whatnot. But I've enjoyed running the pre-order anyway. It's given me an excuse to post about things. So yeah, I've ordered my spray paints. Can't wait till they arrive. I've never really used spray paints before, but like I was saying to my sister, I have used spray deodorants, so I'm assuming it's going to be something fairly similar. But yeah, I'm kind of in love with that display. I don't want to take it down, I might leave it. But yeah, it's got me thinking about the possibility of markets. I'm quite excited. I mean, this year's been good for me business-wise. I didn't think it was going to be. I did a post about this on my Instagram the other day. I didn't think that COVID was going to be the silver lining that my business needed, but actually it was. Because before this, I was just coasting along. I didn't really have a theme or a pattern, or apart from the fact that it was all stuff, I sold stuff that was drawn by me. I mean, there wasn't a lot of oomph in my business. But because I needed to actually invest in my business unless I wanted it to go under this year, I have really got a lot of focus back in my business and I feel really energised with it. I'm really happy with the way that it's going. But even though it's been quite a good year in that respect, I am getting a bit lonely now. I'm not going to lie. Don't get me wrong, I love my own company and I'm not a socialite by any stretch of the imagination, but I do miss going and sitting in a coffee shop and not worrying if the people next to me are going to kill me by sneezing. Or, you know, like booking myself into physical markets and thinking about making money and talking to people and being able to see who's buying my products, like have that connection. I mean, this year's been good because I've got my embersandink.co.uk, my website, which I've dreamt about having my own website for ages, but I didn't know if it was financially viable, but I figured if I never do it, it's never going to be financially viable. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got to actually start it at some point and build it up. But it's going okay, slow and steady. Thank you to everyone who has bought from me, by the way. I know there's a couple of you out there who watch the videos. And if you want to have a look, the link is down in my video description. If you're watching this video on an embedded video, like in Facebook or something like that, you'll need to click on the video to go through to YouTube, and then click on the little drop down box and the little link will be underneath there. But it's embersandink.co.uk, so that would be nice if you wanted to go and have a little look and give me a bit of support. Oh, another thing is that I've only just realised that there were quite a few comments on my videos, my past videos, that are being held for review. Now, when I post a video to YouTube, I click hold comments for review. But when I first started doing YouTube, I'm pretty sure that they used to email you whenever you had a comment to review. Anyway, I haven't been getting emails telling me there's comments, so I assumed there wasn't any. And I clicked the other day and there were comments going back for ages, so I'm really sorry if I've missed any comments and I haven't replied. That's not because I've been ignoring you, it's because I didn't know they were there. And they only hold comments for 60 days, so there's probably been quite a lot of comments from before then which I didn't answer, but it's not because I didn't want to answer them, it's because I didn't know they were there. So yeah, I'm really sorry, but if you've got a question or comment, pop it down in the comments section below and I will now be able to get back in touch with you because I know where the comments are. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm gonna go and maybe sit in the garden with a cup of tea for a little while because it's a magical day outside. It's really lovely.
Ultimately, it was.
In all honesty, it is one of my all-time favorite songs, and it's I've spent a lot of good time with it, and I hadn't really thought about how the vocal take is kind of uncharacteristic of Ezra in a way. I had never thought about the drama of that is a little bit outside of the sensibility.
spray paints have arrived, and look at that colour. It's really difficult to tell colours of paints and pencils and anything like that on the internet. And I got these online. You can probably see from the tape used on the box. I used it from jacksonsart.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I do like using them because they've recently changed to being really ethically packaged. So everything that's in there I can recycle, but first of all I'm going to reuse it. So I like using them for that, but you can get spray paints anywhere. These were a really good price because I was looking at spray paints in my local hardware store, I mean my local DIY store, and they were half the size of that and the same price. So it was a no-brainer. So I got 3 of each, and that yellow is like super bright. I was a little bit worried because the reason I got yellow and pink is because yellow and pink are now my colours. But I was a bit worried that the colour would be too similar to that, and then if I spray painted these boards in that same yellow, they'd all kind of merge into the background. But it almost makes this yellow look orange. I'm just going to look in the mirror. Oh, yes. I mean, it might look too gaudy when I get it on, but it's worth a try. And the pink, you can see the pink, is almost exactly the same colour that I use on my cards and things. So I'm really pleased with that. And that is just mind-blowingly luminous. See, yeah, neon yellow, I should have known, neon yellow. So yeah, that should be nice and bright. The reason I wanted to do yellow for these is just to get people's attention at a market stall or in the shop if I use these as display items. So I was planning to, because it's a lovely dry day today, but I was planning to do some spray painting today, but all of my neighbours have washing out and it's slightly windy. So what can happen with spray paints, not that I've ever used spray paints before, but I've read and I've heard people's first-hand tales, is that if you spray too close to windows, it can affect the glass. If you spray on a windy day, it can just all go in the air and get everywhere, and you end up wasting the paint. So I don't want to get any on my windows. I don't want to get any on my glasses. I'm going to have to change these and find my old glasses that I used to wear years ago. And I don't want to get any on my neighbour's washing. So I'm going to wait for a bit more of a less perfect wash and drying day and a little bit less windy, because I don't want to waste it. I don't want to spray it and the paint that I've spent money on just fly up into the air. So, but yeah, I'm excited about that. All of this packaging, this stuff, and got some paper. That's going to go in my stash of reused packaging, and whenever I've got an order that needs a little bit of securing, I can use that there. So excited. That colour, man. That is definitely going to catch people's attention, isn't it? I think so. And paired with that, yummy. Okay, I'm going to go and have a cuppa. As always, I'm going to go and have a cup of tea and go and watch Angel. That's what I'm on now. So some of you will know that during the lockdown, which has just turned into life, during life now I've been rewatching all of my old programmes that I've watched as a kid. So I rewatched all of Buffy. I've now moved on to Angel because I do love a spin-off. What else have I watched? God, I've forgotten now. Oh, I watched all of Friends. We're going through Scrubs again. And yeah, some of them have aged well. Not the people, the jokes and things. And some of them, they come out with jokes and you're like, did we used to laugh at this kind of thing? I can only see it as a sign that I've moved on. Anyway, I'm going to go and contemplate these colours and see if I think that's too bright. No, it's not too bright, it's beautiful, so beautiful. Right, I'm going to go have a cuppa and watch some of Angel. Catch you later on. It's Thursday and I found my old glasses. Can you believe I used to wear these? Like, I can barely see out of them. They're so narrow. Anyway, I'll put these on because I don't want to get spray paint on my glasses. It's a nice day outside. There is a bit of a wind in the air. but none of my neighbours have their washing out. So it's a good time to try. Oh, mind you, I can hear the wind. I'm just going to go outside and feel, just to see if I think it will be too windy for the spray paint. I think it'll be okay. I'm not going to film because I don't want to get paint on my camera. So you're just going to have to wait until I'm finished and I can show you what it looks like. I'm going to get my paints now. Give it a go. So I'm all showered and de-gunked. I've had a mask on and my old glasses while I've been spraying these, and they're done and they still smell very strongly. I'm not too sure about this fluorescent neon yellow because it looks a bit greeny to me. But like my sister said, because I've just given my sister a little call, once it's actually full, I'm just putting a few bits on here just to show you. Once it's actually full of products, you probably won't be able to see a lot of the fluorescent. Maybe. So yeah, it'd be like a glowing frame around all of my products. The pink I'm absolutely in love with. Oh my god, I love that so much. And this is growing on me. But like I was saying to my sister, it took such a short amount of time to spray paint those. I mean, I was out there for a little while because I had to spray paint all of my accessories as well. So I've done all of my little hooks the same colour, which I love. And yeah, I'm happy with them. And yeah, if I can't live with the fluorescent neon yellow, then I will just buy a slightly less fluorescent yellow and spray paint over it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But I'm going to leave this video there because I need to upload these videos to my computer and then make the video for you for Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to do it. If not, it might be a little bit late, but I'm sure you'll forgive me. But I'm going to go and I'm going to leave that there. So until next week, have a lovely time. Stay safe. Bye.